Wait a minute. Hold on for a sec. That sounds a little hollow there. You can't put that on there. So.
There's a few things that are a sign of things going terribly than Todd running between these two rooms.
Yes.
He doesn't run.
Yes. Yeah. So
Fastly walking.
He runs in the back where the big German and Dylan are.
It's more of a skipping walk.
Yeah. There's Wilbon. I could see him right there on a Zoom call. Mike,
I could see you.
Oh, there you go.
You couldn't see me.
No, I couldn't. How are you doing? Got your Northwestern sweatshirt on, looking good.
Always.
Yeah. The Freddie Freeman story is kind of fascinating here because I'm not sure what happens as we move forward. He's playing well, but if you're a Dodger teammate, how do you feel about Freddie Freeman with what has now transpired in the last 48 hours?
I think you feel like we think Clayton Kershaw felt. But Dan, you know what? I mean, think of all the times. Okay, we know all the details. We know a lot of details here. We know how Freddie felt because he's Freddie Freeman, because he's MVP once removed, because the Braves won. We know all these details. How many times does a player have regrets about a signing, particularly when leaving a place where he was a king? I think it happens way more than we know because we know the details of this. It seems like, oh my God. I mean, Casey Close has been an elite agent for a long, long time. And so you have this confluence of circumstances that put you in a position where it looks like, oh my God, I don't think this is that rare at all, Dan. I think people have regrets all the time about where they sign, and they usually get over it, usually, in a situation like Freddie Freeman's. But it's clear to me he didn't want to go. He didn't want to go, but it's not the first time that's happened either.
But can you remember an athlete this emotional?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember come up with
like one. Like retiring, you would see this.
Yeah.
I mean, this was Dick Vermeil. Like what's going on here?
He didn't seem, did you question this in real time? Like when you saw him accept the ring, go to the plate, hug whoever it was at first base, at the time, did you say, uh-oh, something's wrong here?
No, I just thought, okay, during the lockout, trying to get this done, it felt like that's where he belonged, that he loved the Braves and he grew up in the organization, and that, okay, he'll flirt with somebody, but he's coming back.
Yeah.
It's like Chipper Jones was never leaving, or Dale Murphy eventually left and went to the Phillies. But these guys, it feels like certain market. Tony Gwynn wasn't leaving. There's certain guys.
You're right. Tony Gwynn, Cal Ripken Jr. I mean, yes, it was a surprise. But, so few people stay forever in one place now that, it just seemed like, okay, he got his ring, he won, he's fulfilled, he's going to go on and do this other thing.
Yeah. I don't think I gave much pause to it other than I thought of Pujols because the Cardinals did the right thing. Let's not embarrass him and not give him an offer. They got a Hall of Fame career out of those 10 years, and they probably said, go get him. Go take the Angels. We would encourage you to take that. They were respectful to him. I thought the Braves were doing that. Let's be respectful, but go ahead. I wouldn't turn down that offer from the Dodgers.
Yeah, and then we find out the TikTok, the behind the scenes of the entire thing. I guess my point, having covered teams and people for a long time, is there are more of these than we think, where there's something that happens in the background that shoves a person out a little bit more than just, oh, let me jump.
He's Michael Wilbon. Pardon the interruption with Tony Kornheiser. Of course, you were at the NBA Finals, and the greatness of the Golden State Warriors was on center stage there. Is it still Steph? Like, as Steph goes, because we look at when athletes get a little bit older, how long can Steph be Steph, and what's that mean for the Warriors when he can't be what he is right now?
Well, that's what was so interesting about Draymond Green saying they could win 3 of the next 4. You know, unlikely. People get injured. Oh, wait, they just had that. People get old. Other people coming up in other teams become, I mean, young studs are trying to take you out all the time. And that's going to happen to the Warriors if they don't just retire on their own. So do I think they can do this again next year? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think they're primed for it. When Steve Kerr said you usually better the second year, Dan, he was right on the money. I mean, to me, the greatest Bulls team of all time was the second one, not the one that won 73 games, 72 games, but the team that Horace Grant, before Dennis Rodman got there, had Horace Grant, John Paxson. They beat, I think, Portland. That was the greatest Bulls team. That was truly the second team, not just the second of the 2 3-peats, but the second one. So I think the Warriors have that in them. But does it last forever? No, but nobody ever learns that. And not in our business either. I mean, I understand athletes feeling this way. That's what they're supposed to do. They better have that irrational confidence that borders on delusion. But when people in our business just buy into it and start saying stupid stuff and automatically come up with the question, it just makes me angry. And I want to call every show that I see this happening and say, you're an idiot. Stop being an idiot. Study sports. Study the history of sports. Study the history of any sport. And you don't just get people winning in bunches. I know the NBA and the NHL have more multiples. They have more repeaters. But they don't just go, 8 in 10 years or whatever the suggestions are. And it's not so easy just, oh yeah, they're going to win next year. And the odds makers and the who's favored. All of this hype makes me angry now. I'm old, Dan, you know this. And I get angry at the suggestion that it's so easy to win championships. I'm not saying Draymond Green's saying that because he didn't say that.
Do you have a lawn in Arizona for people to get off of?
No, I know there's no real.
You don't have any grass.
No real grass.
Get off my rocks, Get
off my dry straw or whatever it is.
But do you think you helped usher in the hot takes, you and Tony?
No, because we don't do that. No. I tell people when they say stuff to me about, that's a great question. I say, no, I don't have a hot take. I have an opinion which is layered.
Yeah.
It's usually nuanced. It may also be, yeah, I kind of agree with part of that. And I don't have hot takes, and I actually hate them.
But it feels like, though, Mike, your answers are bite-sized portions. Therefore, it's almost presented in a hot take fashion because you and Tony split 2 minutes on a topic.
Yeah, but 2 minutes. Aren't hot takes a lot shorter?
I don't even know. I'm not a hot take guy. I got no hot takes coming out of the oven, Mike. I just don't. When people say you don't have hot takes, I go, you know what? How about just an opinion? Maybe there are times when I go, I don't know.
Yes. Or how about this? Yeah, the other guy's right. Which, I mean, Tony and I disagree a lot less than people think we do. We're loud in getting there.
Yeah.
But it's less disagreement. But no, I don't, because there are too many times that over time I may also change or move that position a little bit based on circumstances. So no, I hot takes,
NBA free agency, the Knicks are back. They got Jalen Brunson.
No, they're not. And so right now, I'm in Chicago right now where Jalen Brunson grew up and played at a high school where, friends of the family are. I love Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is self-made more than any really, really, really good NBA player. Any player of his stature. This kid did not have NBA written all over him at all, even though his dad, as we know, played in the league. But Dan, he's not. They're gonna put pressure on this kid. This signing, this circumstance, the way it went down, is gonna put pressure on Jalen Brunson that he does not deserve. It's gonna try to make something of him that he is not. He's a terrific NBA player.
But look at what happened with Julius Randle. Julius Randle, second team All-NBA. And then this last season, they turned on him. And I worry that they're gonna look at Jalen Brunson. Maybe for one of the few times they've seen him, they're like, wait, we spent $27 million a year on this?
And he's not Clyde Frazier?
Yeah.
No. And I feel for him already and love him. Love him. Don't love the circumstance he's in, Dan.
I know.
And by the way, He's not a 1. I'm not even sure he's a real 2. I think that he's part of an ensemble, and you'd love to have him, and you can win with him, but not with him dragging a team like the Knicks, the team with more pressure usually than anybody to be something that they're not. I worry for him. It's a great kid.
Michael, great to talk to you as always. And hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us.
No hot takes now. Don't give in to that.
No. I give lukewarm takes. like a nice warm bath, Mike. No hot takes. No hot takes.
That's great. No hot takes.
Thank you, buddy. That's Michael Wilbon, or as Steve Spurrier referred to him, Wilbon.